Oh my
Hello.
gosh. That would suck because it doesn't let you go back in it. Go back into
Oh
it.
my gosh.
What's
Well,
up?
what's up, everybody?
I can't say
What's
what's
up,
up.
chat?
Afternoon.
Katie
Mr.
had a
Donkey?
lazy day. Go, Katie. Good. You deserve it. I think everybody deserves lazy days.
Tina says she's going to be lurking unless she can't help herself.
I see you, Tina. I see you.
Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you guys though. We actually, for the first time, y'all, we were backstage for 6 minutes, I think. We were still late.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I did not have enough Malibu.
It's Mardi Gras weekend. What?
What is Mardi Gras exactly besides partying in the street and throwing beads and being topless?
Oh God. Oh, I've like piled all kinds of other info
Is
on
it like
my brain.
does it come from
It's
Catholicism?
yeah, it's Fat Tuesday. Well, Good Friday was. Wait, I'm backwards.
Yeah.
Good.
Friday.
No, Good Friday is Easter. Like when Jesus. This is how much I don't know.
Did
Somebody
Lent
help.
start yet?
Huh?
Did Lent start yet?
It starts Tuesday. There you go. And then Ash Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason's like, yeah, that's what it is. I just we're blank, girl.
Yes.
It's a celebration.
All right. Hey.
It's fun
Celebrate.
normally, but
Celebrate.
we haven't done Mardi Gras in a couple years. It's crazy. I've done it in New Orleans one time, and that was crazy. Don't wear heels on Bourbon Street ever.
Oh, I can't wear heels ever.
Oh, because there's beads, and you will.
Yeah. So, like in high school, my best friend, like she's Catholic, and so I did Lent with them, kind of, but it was like they were vegetarians, so we were in high school. They were like, we're giving up meat for Lent. I was like, cool. I'm giving up the same. Or Jesus, I don't know.
Lent is something I find in my pocket.
But I think it's more serious than that. I think it's supposed to be like a real sacrifice.
Yeah, you give up something. It's the 40 days and 40 nights or whatever.
You don't know.
It's all coming back. I'm gonna sound stupid. So let me just save some face here and just everybody just Google it.
Yeah, we can all do that.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Anyways, so what's everybody doing? How's everybody doing?
I'm scrolling through right now to say
Yeah.
hi, everyone.
I did. Me and Eric talked the other day, and he cracked me up. Well, anyways, he sent me a message, and it said about a tweet he had gotten on Twitter, and I don't know what happened. He can tell you, but basically, Eric, go ahead and tell him. What did it say? And maybe y'all can help us find out what this is. The meaning of this is.
I was called an LDS pimp for the church.
I'm sorry. Can we laugh?
I got dogged. I mean, straight out. Straight out dog. Got my ass handed to me. Absolutely handed to me. But it all
I just
it all
Googled
started. It all started over the phone calls that I sent to you both about the Hawaii jail calls.
Oh, yeah.
So I put that after finding out that they're not going to release them, at least not to me. I put it out on Twitter.
Still working on it.
You know, everything that exactly what I said. I put the actual emails on Twitter, and I had this one gal that he absolutely is a man hater. I mean, straight up man hater. I called her that months ago.
Y'all had a beef then.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's why it finally came to a head Thursday.
Damn
So I
lesbians.
put that tweet out about those emails, and I thought they were. I thought it showed insight, even if they're lying. I know the one place isn't lying because they sent me, what you guys seen. They sent, the 2 calls that she made from the first place she was at, the times, who she called, and everything. But I couldn't get the audio.
Yeah.
But anyway,
An LDS pimp. What is an LDS
yeah,
pimp? What the hell is an LDS pimp?
So were they saying like you were defending the church, or were they saying?
I don't.
I'm very
well,
confused.
she and she's the, there was nobody that even commented on it. Hell, I don't even think anybody retweeted it. I mean, it got
It was
no
so
attention.
ignorant.
It got no attention, and except from her. And she's one of those tweeters that writes you a short novel with every tweet. You know, she uses every character and then a couple of extra messages added on to it.
Mhm.
But she started rattling off about how she just hates Rob Wood, and she just dogs him every opportunity that she got. And Thursday, I was stressed out because I had 2 trials going on TV. I had Doc coming in. I had stuff I was pumping out on Twitter, and she just caught me at the wrong time. And when she posted all that about Rob being an LDS bishop, and I wish
Mhm.
if I could have gotten a screenshot of it, I would have, but she blocked me before I could even get a
I know.
screenshot.
I was like, "Here, get a screenshot and we'll share it with everybody."
So,
Because those are the things that you get faced with. Everybody, all
yeah,
3 of us, everybody who has been in this has. I've always had to feel like I'm walking on eggshells, and I have to like lay the groundwork and say, "I'm not trying to offend anybody." Everybody,
yeah,
hold your panties up. Jesus, we're about to sit here and talk about my family being murdered, though. That's cool. That's okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? If I can do that, and my parent, everybody can do that. That's related to these people, then y'all can, and not be so defensive.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're just trying to figure out.
yeah.
If
I mean,
it was
this
there.
this tweet didn't deserve what she piled on top. It had nothing to do with Rob Wood, but she made it about Rob Wood, and I was just sick and tired of any time I put something out about Rob Wood or the prosecution. She doesn't even follow me, and I don't follow her or never did. Um,
Now you blocked,
uh,
and that's
but
okay. That's when the trash takes itself out.
yeah,
That's how I look at it.
yeah, she hit me with all that stuff in that tweet, and I fired back, and I was a smart.
No.
I said, thanks. I do remember what I tweeted. I said, thanks, Captain Obvious. You're always on top. You're right on top of everything, like just like always.
Yeah.
And then she fired back that at least she wasn't a pimp for the LDS church. And man, it struck a
That
nerve.
is funny.
It struck a
When you
nerve.
told me, I laughed so hard. I was like, what the
Well,
hell?
yeah,
What the
I'm
hell is
laughing. I'm laughing at it now too because I'm couple 3 days away from it. But like I said, Thursday was just I had a lot going on. And
that? Yeah.
well, I fired back. I told her that she better go away, and I did. I dropped a B word on her. I said, "You better go away, B, because I don't play." And
At
then she
least you don't
fired
have to look
back.
that up in the Urban Dictionary.
And then she said, then she started hitting me with. She felt sorry for all my followers and how I'd coerced them into following me, and she felt sorry for my wife and how I must treat him, how bad. She put some domestic violence shit up.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's somebody who hates themselves.
And then she put the cherry on top with on the last one that said she hit me with a GFY. And I'll be honest with you, it took me a minute to figure out
Oh, got
go,
it.
go yeah, go
Yeah.
blank yourself.
Go blank yourself.
And I'm telling you what, boys, I had
It's
about
hard.
I blew a gasket, and I was in the middle of tweeting back, and I sent it when I finished it, and she had already blocked me, but it was just, but I still don't know what an LDS pimp is. I mean, to be
No,
honest, I didn't Google it like you did. What's it say?
nothing. Sorry,
A
no result.
missionary?
It said no. I looked in Urban Dictionary, and it says, "Sorry, we couldn't find LDS pimp.
Yeah.
Try one of these: Jedi pimp, Mormonizer." Oh,
I
come on.
told Crescia that I was gonna do and make my avatar picture with where it said
A non,
LDS on it. And
You
like I
should.
said, I'm a couple
a
days
non,
away
hold on.
from I
A
pulled off.
non-conformist. I'm sorry, I've never looked this stuff up. Anyways, I do want to wish Bo Peep a happy birthday. I've been
Happy
hovering over that.
birthday.
I hope so too. I hope your wish comes true.
KDH.
Happy birthday. Happy 70 years on this earth. Thank you
Who?
for
Bo
being here.
Peep? Happy birthday,
Mhm.
Bo Peep.
70 years young.
Yes. Just breaking it in.
Yes.
Okay. So I haven't scrolled off that comment. I'm catching up.
I know. Sorry. I was kind of just
Oh no, that's good.
tabbing through.
Oh, thank you, KDH. Appreciate it. Big time. Mormonizer. I'm sorry.
Jenny said missionary, lol. Yeah,
Right?
that's one I've never
That
heard
is
of.
true.
Never heard of LDS pimp. That's the only thing that's close, but
That would make sense, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I
come
mean,
ye. Come ye.
there are people that are pretty bitter. Well, she's probably just a bitter person. She probably doesn't even know anything about the church, and she just thought that would.
Just is out there to throw 2 cents in.
Yeah. Because I can guarantee you, Rob,
Hello, Malibu. Hello,
Wow,
Malibu.
dude.
Rob is being probably very careful regarding that. He's not going to
Yeah.
fuck up the case. I just
Right.
I don't think that's within him to do anything like that.
I don't either. And I mean,
I hope
Rob
not.
Rob has made some mistakes, but
But he
one of them
Yes.
was trusting other attorneys from another state.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do we really bash the hell out of him for that? He got set up. Rob Wood got set up when he went to Arizona. But
Well, and he's used to
getting
a
across,
small town. He's not a
And
big city.
everybody from Rexburg is nice.
right. But
He probably knows half the people, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely.
It's on to the whole
He got more
nother-
votes. He got more votes than Trump or Biden during the presidential election. Rob Wood's a very
Rob Wood ran for president?
no
no, just in his
Oh, I
race.
was like, what the hell?
in
He's
his
very
race.
well respected.
Yeah.
I mean,
And when I met him, it was, I mean, I could just sense the genuineness off of him. He was serious when he said that those are our kids. Yeah, I mean, he was, and I mean, I looked him in the eyes, and that's important, and I felt very calm, like it's okay. I felt okay. I felt relief. So I'm just going off my gut instinct, and they say not to ignore that, right, Melanie Gap?
Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
That part ran down. Anyways,
Something's wrong.
It missed her big time. Oh my God, I really don't know what to talk about.
Rob will be fine. I mean, my God, he has. No, I think out of 3 or 2 out of the last 3 or 3 out of the last 4 hearings, there's been new people on camera with him. He's got Rachel, Lindsay, and I still don't
Mhm.
know. Still don't know who the other boy is. The young kid that was in that one
Uh,
here.
Probably some
I forgot.
intern.
I forgot
one,
to research it.
one
Oh,
of them was his attorney, Trammel. Trammel.
Was in a hearing for
He
Lloyd. Or,
was defending Rob Wood whenever they were trying to kick him off. That's Trammel, I do believe. Because
no,
I looked up like Ian Pulowski, and he was in the getting a divorce or whatever in 2019 also. And I just noticed, I noticed name. That's one of my little pattern things. And so I noticed Trammel, and I was like, oh God, and then I'm like, uh-oh. These people that, they know each other or they've been acquainted before, whatever, they're aware. And so anyways, it was a domestic or restraining order or something from Natalie and Ian, between Natalie and Ian.
yeah, she filed one against him.
Yeah, I printed it a long time ago. It's somewhere. But I remember that, and I also remember and I forgot. Just like that. What was it? He worked at a Melaleuca plant.
Melaleuca.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Melaleuca.
Essential oils.
They're one of my accounts.
Oh.
Well, I had a bunch of MLMs as accounts, so it's nothing new in Utah and Idaho.
No, it's very, very well known. I actually have some doTERRA or whatever that Mom, it came from Mom. I was like, oh Lord. I'm like, oh my God, I have this. Oops.
Yeah, Melaleuca has split up. There's Tahitian noni now, and there's 3 or 4 different ones. I think they all came from Melaleuca, and then everyone got pissed off at each other and started their own stuff. I could be wrong. It just seems like that's usually what happens. That's what happened with USANA. What's that other one? With the doctor that called himself a doctor, but he wasn't a doctor.
They all do, don't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. I watched the Bill Cosby, I don't know, some long ass documentary about Bill Cosby, and he was saying that he was a doctor, and then putting down everybody else who were actually doctors. I mean, that's just like his mechanism of victimizing. Grandiose. Jason, stop. Or will you shut the door?
Melaleuca, let me look it up because it's like supplements or something, I think, or some kind of juice.
Okay, so it would go in the herbal.
Yeah, another one of those kind of companies that Mormons love because they love those MLMs like crazy. And I have a whole, okay, so largest online wellness shopping club. But I think they had like one initial product and it looks like they've gone into a lot. Well, this is a lot of sales here on their website. Please be a member because you'll get great soap. And
Soap on a rope. Yes.
creating a safer environment. I'd like to see the proof on that. I'm so sick of companies claiming to be green when they're not. Not saying that they're not, but now they've got household products. I swear to God, they had some like really gross juice.
A what juice? Pimp
Well,
juice? Pimp LDS pimp juice?
Some juice. Frank
Vandersloot lives in Idaho Falls, the owner of Melaleuca. His supplements, cleaning supplies, etc. I'll read it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that like a rich person?
Yep.
One of the top.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know of some Vandersloots. I didn't.
Oh, flutes or sleuths?
I mean, but when I was like over these accounts, you have to understand, and that was, how old is my kid? 15 years ago. And I wasn't really like over them. They were just like my account that I was like the assistant, I guess. My accounts were smaller.
Oh man. I've been like on the research. I don't even know. I haven't looked up hardly. I told y'all. I've been just, I don't know. It's like I'm just following my intuition like I always do, and I sleep. I get up. I have been just in my phone. Research, just thorough research,
I know.
and not jumping around so much. Which I used to, I really normally do. I jump around.
Rose said their products. I think this is really funny that in the culture of Mormonism, Mormons are pretty cheap. Like they're pretty frugal. I guess I should say frugal. Everyone here is frugal, except when it comes to MLM stuff. And then they're like hawking this stuff that's like 3-4 times as much as what you can find at Target.
Okay.
And it's like, it's
Is it
funny
to
how
support the smaller man, instead of the
well,
business?
it's not really that, because what happens is everybody will sell it. I mean, nobody makes money because everyone in the ward sells it.
Mhm.
Like once your Relief Society president
Right.
sells it, I mean, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So nobody makes money, but they all sign up because a lot of them are stay-at-home moms and they want an income, but they want to be able to stay home with their kids. Yeah.
Well,
I
Eric needs
let's
stuff
see.
to do. Eric needs stuff to do because he's over there sending super chats.
Eric, geez, Louise.
Right, Eric. Thank you. Are you still there?
Oh, hell, I forgot I was on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you super chatting it up. You over there doing
Yeah.
other stuff. You can't be
I
doing
forgot
that.
I forgot to put the message in there with it. I was going to tell you to jump around.
I was already thinking it, so don't worry. I
Sorry.
was already thinking it. Oh, thank you though. God dang it.
Yeah, let me.
Y'all always sideswipe me, I swear. And I'm like, y'all don't, I need to pay y'all. I swear.
Lula Rose. Oh my gosh, my sister had a shit ton of those. I was like, where do you get those leggings? She's like, they're all Lula Rose. I mean, like a ton. Like that was her whole wardrobe.
She was Lori. And
but do you want any? I was like, no, I don't want a clam on my piece. Like those weird, like they had like the weird designs.
Oh my god, a clam on my piece. Okay.
Sorry. I'm having a cocktail.
That was
not
good.
grape juice.
That was good. Talk about a clam. Yeah.
So
anyways, I like leggings, but all I'm saying is once you put them on, you're never going back. As far as I gained 60 freaking pounds. So, oh my God. There's nothing, you don't put your pants on every now and then and just say, okay, yeah, I need to push away from the table. Yeah, no, it just got away from me. Anyways.
I wear workout clothes to look like I work out.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't.
I do mental gymnastics in here all the time.
Yeah.
Lower horde leggings. Yeah.
Which I should start because I was at Costco today lifting like a Diet Coke, lifting a case. And I swear to God, I was out of breath. I like lifted it into the cart and I was like, time to work out.
Oh my God. You said the term is hard pants. I'll have to freaking Google it. Almost cussed.
I mean, some are cute. Someone was like, oh, I have some. There were some cute ones. I'm just saying that some of their, I feel like as they got more popular, like their designs got a little weirder.
Yeah, they get a little out there. Yeah, I have to agree.
But
I think they're hideous, says Sister Donka. I like hideous, but I can get that from Pioneer Woman at Walmart.
Is there a brand at Walmart called Pioneer Woman?
Ask Sister Donka.
I don't know. I shop at, I'm a Target snob, but my wife loves Walmart. This is a constant battle in our home because I won't go to Walmart. She won't go to Target.
Oh man, I like that comment, Stephanie B. We are formal just right now.
I had to go out. That's why
I don't.
And also, if I wear my jammies, it's like some old T-shirt that's like ripped and yeah, they're not cute. I mean, I look like I just grabbed something out of a dumpster.
Like your video where you're going and showing your craft room.
Oh yeah, I had to take that one down.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I had
there-
to try and take down anything that had personal information in it.
wow. Crazy.
Well, I
I-
should have been smart in the first place. I got too comfortable, I tell you.
Too complacent.
Oh
Too
well.
complacent.
Too complacent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Complacency.
Because you forget you're on the internet and anybody can find you. You don't think about that.
I'm just learning what doxing is. I'm like, what? Huh? What do you mean?
I know what it is.
I don't know if it's right or wrong to like post
It's wrong.
screenshots of comments. I don't like if there's personal names or something, then now I mark it out. But I never did before because I didn't know I had to. I'm learning.
I block out last names.
Okay.
Sometimes
And like
I block out the whole thing. If I feel like some of them that make comments on mine, I know go to other creators and I know that they're like other creators, like their audience. So I'll usually try and block out their picture too, even though they were rude enough to come onto my channel and say shitty stuff. I'm like, but they're well known in the true crime, and especially with this case. So I'm like, I'll
the flying monkeys. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Flying monkeys. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's like, when did we get so territorial and possessive of my family? Bite me. You know, appreciate it, but no thanks.
I do like Winco. Katie says Winco. I do like Winco. It's just so crowded. I have major anxiety. Like I can barely go to Costco. I only went today because I had to get my tires rotated. But that's the only problem with Winco. And then I feel like a dumbass when I'm like putting stuff in the bagger because, you know, I like to put things in a certain way and then everyone's behind me and I'm like, but I just don't want my eggs to go in this one.
Yeah, I do that. I do that too. I do. Things got to come out the basket a certain way. You know how many times you touch an item? I mean, by the time you finally get it into your house and into your pantry or whatever, you're just like, Jesus. Here, let me touch it again. And again.
We don't have a grocery outlet here.
We don't have a Winco. We don't even have a Costco. We have a Sam's Club.
Do you have a BJ's? I've heard the South has a lot of BJ's.
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
That's why there's not as many murders down here. I'm joking.
Question. Harley has a question.
The money for building a park. Is the money for building a park? Sorry if I missed. If you explain a park.
You mean the foundation, maybe something, whatever.
No, I mean I have talked about wanting to do something for their memorials. I don't know if that's what Harley is referring to.
There's a park in Idaho, isn't there? I found it. That there's a park, and it says JJ and Tylee. It's got like a stone monument. Yeah,
As long as it's not on the campus, I'm fine.
Yeah, hopefully it's not. But I think it was just like people in Rexburg that did it, like some moms.
Okay.
I hope it's not on BYU property.
If it, I swear to God, I'm gonna flip a. Look, I'm.
Yeah, kind of like, oh, we're not going to mention the murders.
I'm gonna do the Rob Wood, huh?
Thing on our park.
Because that was my big thing. Like, you're not gonna say their name. You're definitely not gonna write them off their taxes. That's for sure.
Yes.
My opinion.
I agree with that.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, there's so many things I want to do. You have no idea. What, Jason? No. This is very, very relaxed right now. Casual. I mean, there's things I want to do. I'd love to mow down the Daybell house. I'd love to bulldoze it down after I buy it. And put some solar powered lights going up to the heavens or whatever that would represent their colors, their brightness, their light. That's just an idea.
It's funny you mentioned that. Keep that.
Huh?
Keep that. So I was going to talk to you about that.
About the lights, the part,
There's a
or
scripture,
not the part? Okay,
but right now I cannot remember my scriptures.
I can't remember a scripture, so you're doing good. Oh,
I've read a bunch today.
you said, "Hey, Jason."
Oh, that's what we were going to kind of ask is I was going to ask you, and Eric, you too, like what were Chad's teachings?
Oh yeah. Do you know?
Does anybody?
Whatever fit into his need at that specific time. Wasn't
But
teaching him.
can you pinpoint them though?
I
you
can.
pinpoint? Finally. Oh my
They're not
god.
his.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Finally.
No, but that's because like everyone has said throughout this case, we heard on Dateline, we hear it constantly. I think I've said it. I think you said it.
I've
Chad's
never
teachings.
heard
But
him
what were they? What were
become a
his
prophet.
teachings? Huh?
I've never heard or seen or anywhere where Chad says, "I am a prophet."
No, there's nothing in it.
Nothing like that. Which I guess has sent me on. I've just been on this deep dive for over 2 years.
Well,
And
he was given all these spiffy nicknames and stuff by media outlets.
right,
Yeah.
right.
See, and Harley, that's a Mormon teaching. Like that's
It's a Revelations teaching.
well, and it's in DNC. Like
Okay.
like
All
the one thing that's difficult, and I was kind of getting into this a little bit, is that you have the Bible, and then you have the King James version, and then you have the Joseph Smith translation.
And
So when I refer to it, I always refer to like the King James or Joseph Smith translation because I know that's what Chad and Lori read. But the 144, Joseph Smith talks about it. Like,
but he got things from the Bible, right? I mean, the Bible was prophesied before Joseph Smith came along, right? Yeah.
yes, but Joseph Smith
True.
translated parts of the Bible or retranslated them to be more truthful, or because they were incorrect. That's the story.
Wow, I didn't know.
That's the story.
I didn't know that he felt they were incorrect.
Yep.
Wow.
When the Lord spoke to him, or when the Lord did, he said, "Dude, you got to correct some things."
It's not right.
He corrected like Matthew 24, Abraham. There's some in Moses, and then like it's not like he reinterpreted the whole Bible. He didn't do that, but there's
Right.
just certain
Just as
certain
to me,
issues.
it's like a little Tony sprinkled on top, like seasoning. Like here, it's just extra to me.
Yeah. And then you have the interpretations of Brigham Young or some of the other early
Beliefs.
prophets. So they're not
That are
quite
still there's and from look, and this is me just going in blind. You know, when I went in blind, I didn't know there was this tug of war going on within the actual mainstream. I can say that confidently. I can't really describe it, but I can say that that's what I see as a division. And like some people believe that Joseph Smith was murdered, some people don't. Some people think he was a polygamist, some people don't. Then there's people who believe in Brigham Young, some people don't. Some people, I mean, it's just like, what the hell? So that's why this has been such a journey. You know, I'm just like, it shouldn't be this confusing. Nothing.
Yeah, well, I think what you have
already
is
confusing.
you have kind of like with the Constitution where you have strict constitutionalists, and then you have people that have looser interpretations. And the group, Chad, Lori, those guys were strict
Okay, that's
Mormon followers. So when they're talking, when a lot of them are talking, they are talking about these like the pearl of great price. Like we've talked about it, like a lot of DNC, a lot of pearl of great price. And I'm assuming Joseph Smith translation just because of the generation they were raised in. I don't think that they would be, I highly, highly doubt. In fact, I know they wouldn't be going out of the King James Version because that's the only version accepted by the church's side from the Joseph Smith translation of it. But I don't see, when I'm going through these texts and these beliefs, I don't see Chad referring to himself as this one prophet. What I see is he's welcoming people to the team. He's like, Zulema, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. You're on the team.
Right.
Okay, how many of y'all have heard the same verbiage? How many times have we heard Jason Mal say, or somebody relate it, or Melanie Gibbs say it? He wanted me to meet like-minded people, like-minded people, like-minded people. I hear this echoing throughout this case. If I could pluck all those like-minded people from Serena, Christina, all of them, like-minded people. And I'm just like, well, that's the definition of a freaking cult. God dang it.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's like calling a narcissist. They don't believe you. You're an alcoholic. They're not going to believe you. You can't say you have a problem. No, I don't.
Just show Tracy.
So,
Looky.
hug the man.
I found them. They fell behind that table. So I was super excited because I'm wearing this one because I got some stuff coming up.
Rhonda, did you not know? Oh man, if I could just talk a little more openly, I could fill you in. But
you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to piss anybody off, and if so, this isn't the place for you. I don't know. It's like I'm not doing the victims any justice if I continue to tiptoe. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because it just does no good. Just letting it just smooth over because it's not cool. I'm not cool with it, and I really feel that way. But go
And
ahead.
one thing that stays in the back of my mind about all of the texts that we've gotten to go through, and what bothers me, but because I don't know how much the Arizona stuff will fit into Idaho, but Lori, and it's even in her texts that she was writing that she always used that. I was told, so I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
I was told. Was told.
That's a code word for me. I'm like, what? When I hear that, I'm like, mm-mm.
And
I think she's talking about Jesus. I don't know if she's talking about Chad so much.
Who? Lori? When?
Lori, I think she could be. She could be. But I think that she's a little too narcissistic. I think to think that Chad would have so many more answers than her. And I really think that Melanie Gibb is full of shit.
Me too.
I think Zulema is so full of shit.
She's more like a leader here.
Yeah, God. Like when you go through the scriptures that are mentioned, Zulema's not this innocent little like, oh my gosh, they told me I was special and I just believed it. Like, bitch.
Swear.
You fucking were like thinking you were Mother Earth and in charge of. She seriously thought she was in charge of the celestialization of the earth.
She thinks she's in charge of. I can't think of nothing dumb enough. She is in a freaking cult. That's how much she's in charge. Woohoo! Way to go.
I mean, I just think Chad's getting too much credit. I guess that's my thing. Like everyone's like, he's still a dirtbag. Like, I'm not saying he's not. Like, I'm not giving him a pass in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that there are other people that are also guilty. and also need to be held accountable. And
Yes.
I think Chad, could he be called the leader? Yeah, but I think he was a little too, and I hate saying this, I think he was a little too smart to say specifically that he was a prophet if he believed he was. Because I think if he had said like, "Oh, I'm a prophet," then all the little nutso crew would, that would be
Yeah.
a little too far for them. At that
Right.
point, they'd go, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well, the first allegedly, or from what he's said
Allegedly.
before, um, first time he laid eyes on her, you know, hell, I think it was either that same day or the next day. He was Googling everything about the Vallow family
Yeah, asshole.
right after he's seen her. So, I mean, dude's a jackass.
First off, JJ was adopted, so he didn't trace back that lineage. My great grandfather was adopted. He didn't trace back that lineage. Oh,
Well, he
you know.
couldn't.
I mean, just like, it pisses me off.
Yeah,
They
he
didn't
just
just
went
exploit
on.
my family. They exploited my angel family and my lineage, like everything. And
Right.
I'm pissed off about. I'm so pissed off about that. I really am. I didn't realize till just now. My head's popping. So,
Yeah, I mean, the only people who worship the ground the man walked on is this core group of people that we've gotten to read about.
mhm. But they
And
have continued on. They're still doing it now. I just
the
watched a
others,
video.
yeah, the ones that haven't gotten caught up, they went underground. The Sotos and the um uh, I can't think of the
Mike
names,
and
but
Nancy
Rick
James and
Soto and all
Sean
them.
Little Bear. Sean Little Bear, I feel allegedly, I'm sure he's up in here because what's her face is always up in other places that aren't so hidden.
They should
And
really kick them out of that trap.
it just bothers me. I'm just like, why do they have free reign in here? Like, I don't. That's why one of the
They should
reasons.
be kicked out.
I mean, it's like who gets. I don't like that. That's very uncomfortable. You
Yeah.
know, it's just like because in the text between Zalima and Chad and whomever, Lori, there's somewhere where there's something that Zalima finds on her couch. And she asked, and I think it was Chad, and Chad says something about it being Sean,
It would
Little Bears,
it
allegedly.
wouldn't
His real
it
name
wouldn't
is
burn.
Harry, by the way.
You're talking about the text where she said that it wouldn't burn or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A little common sense will take you a long way in life, folks. Just a little bit.
Mm,
Wait, what'd you say?
I
A
know. I
little
didn't hear you.
a little common sense will take you a long way in
Big
life.
time. Big time. That and that gut feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big
If
time.
you're just not real thirsty for and starving for attention, like apparently several were, you know, it's
Right.
just it's pitiful that it got to where it got to. It never should.
And it can happen again.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's what I want. I'd love to prevent that if at all possible. But how can you when nobody has taken any accountability? None. No accountability whatsoever.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm typing. I can't do this and type. All right.
See, Chad. Oh, I like Carrie Ann. Chad is such a. Yeah.
God,
Seriously.
gross, y'all. And critical
Yeah, I
thinking.
mean, to call the man and what was it
He had too much time on his hands, is what he had. Way too
Yeah.
much time.
is he a best-selling author?
No. I mean,
Right.
if you count like LDS, and I won't even say LDS, I would say extreme LDS, more Orthodox LDS, I guess, older.
But to
Then
me,
yes.
that's so many labels. It's like, but it comes back from Mormonism. Like it originated from his core, right? Then they said he was super religious too, and I was like, that's not what I've heard.
That's why they should make a statement. Dudes, just make a statement.
I know, PR.
Yeah.
Time is
And I
now.
agree with Jenny.
What did
I
Jenny say?
think that he was just,
I know. He was just trying to get in them clam pants.
I mean, because like people are like, oh no, he thought, the thing is I think like when people say, oh, he thought he was Jesus Christ or this or that, the thing is he was already Chad Daybell. He was already a visionary. He already could see things in the future. He could already talk to Jesus. He already had those skills. So there really wasn't a ton of incentive for him to say, I'm Jesus Christ. Because I think at that point people would have caught on to him. But I think even just as a visionary or someone that had near-death experiences, he was worshipped that way. I know I always have to do this.
Allegedly.
Because I don't think in anything we've read, any of the documents we've read, text messages, anything, we see him mention anything personally. He's just never, and maybe he was just way too smart, but I don't know.
Maybe, but he's weird. He's on the spectrum somewhere.
Yeah. I think he's just, I think he
Yeah.
was, in
He
my
was bored.
opinion,
He was bored.
somebody that never got enough attention. And then he started getting attention and he was like, this is awesome. You know what I'm going to do? And, then all these whores started like, well, one whore in particular just started throwing herself at him like a groupie.
I can help you sell books.
I'll put him away.
Yeah. Jesus. Ugh, I'm just like, oh God. And then I saw like footage of him the other day, just something from I think Kauai, where he was wearing his athletic shorts. I was like, there's some athletic shorts, yo. Gross.
Oh, you
Right?
can tell he never had any type. Just the writing. I was like, what is he in high school? Like,
Oh, I would have laughed my ass off in high school. I'd have been like, no, you're a dork. I'm good.
I would
So
say,
nerdy to me.
I would say to answer Monica Kelly's question,
oh
yes,
yes.
yes. But I
Yeah.
don't know that. I don't know that for a fact.
Well, no,
About
because he
Julie
did
Rowe.
say
He was the
that
first
Julie
one.
Rowe was married to. She said that he said I was married. I was one of Methuselah's wives, and he was Methuselah. She knows more about this. I'm coming out with a video, and it's going to cover that.
Yes. And did you watch that one? You watched that one that I sent you? Had you watched it before? Because Krisha always watches these things.
I watched it when you what?
I sent
haven't
you a
looked
link.
at anything.
I sent you a link and I said, watch this.
Like today? Like earlier?
Like the other day.
No, I haven't.
And
Sorry.
well, no, I didn't know because we send each other so many things. I was like, she's probably already watched this, but it was very interesting, and I thought you could use it.
I always use it
For your video, but I think him and Julie, because in the text messages, he's like, something isn't quite right with Julie, and I'm like, all right, gaslighting.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
I think that there was something between them. I think there was. And then she got jealous. She seems like a very jealous person. Julie Rowe does to me.
So yeah, she's very. I think maybe the accusation of the essay from she claimed on Chad. She was standing for him, by him, right before that. Then it's like she kind of maybe found out. This is my feeling. This is my own opinion. I have no basis for this, but just kind of that feeling I get is that she got pissed off, because all this stuff did happen with Lori. And so she was like, okay, well, this is how I can say that he did this to me while they were together. Like an ultimate, F you, Lori.
Unless it did. I have such a hard time when it comes to that stuff.
I do too.
It's like, I always, especially children, I'm always like, you believe the victim.
They all need victims advocates, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that is come on. So it's like,
no, they don't need. What the hell with Melanie? We were talking about this. In other states, I want to know, because in Utah, when you say victim's advocate, it's usually someone that shows up on the scene. Like you have a family member that dies or is killed, and the police will bring a victim's advocate usually, or they will bring the card of one. Usually it's the card because we don't have enough. And they're usually like volunteers or interns or like social work students. And then you can call them and they can kind of refer you
Mhm.
to counselors. But I have never, ever fucking heard of someone getting a
Coming with the cops and dressed all in black in a different vehicle from a different state,
yes,
all incognito at your where they already ran you off the day before, going to find out if your kids are there. Oh,
yeah.
I'm doing
I was like,
nothing, officer. I need a
you're the
victim.
perpetrator.
I
What
got a
victim?
deflect.
What? A victim of a hairstyle? Yeah.
Yeah, a victim because you're riding with your Uncle Al. Ew.
Yeah. I'm just like, what? I've never heard of a victim's advocate. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard of the police saying, yeah, we'll get you a victim's advocate because you're mad that we told you to get off this property and now we're going to arrest you.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I feel. I feel like they got caught.
Her
In my
asking
opinion.
for a victim advocate for that situation is by far one of the most
Bizarre.
ridiculous things I have ever seen. And trust me, I have seen a bunch.
I
Right?
bet.
In
That
this
is
case,
the most ridiculous thing I have ever witnessed.
yeah, I concur. This case is ridiculous. It is just when I'm telling you, y'all, when I heard zombies, I said, what? What? What the is what I really said, but
What's a
what
chuck?
the hell? Like, whew. And so when people are like, I got to tell you something, they're just tiptoeing around my feelings. I get it. But I'm like, hit me. Zombies. Okay. They're zombies. Okay. I rest my case. It's like, oh my God, nothing. And we still have a trial to go, a couple trials. I don't know.
It is when I run across stuff and I see like something that is pretty disturbing. I'm always like, do I send it to her?
Yeah. Send it to me.
But then I think she's and
I have
sometimes I'm like,
free
she's
agency
it.
too.
But that zombie thing we were talking about the other day, that shocked me. Didn't expect that.
What?
And to have a biblical.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't expect that.
Well, I mean, everything can be okay. And Jason, through all this, okay, I didn't really know much about religion, even though I was raised Catholic. I was like, do ADHD, hello. And so I mean, I just basically had a moral compass. That's about all I was equipped with. Thank God.
That's all I have.
Right? So I can't sit here and quote scriptures. I'm just like, whatever. And I didn't realize that that there's this whole world out here. Okay. And so that's why I say I'm woke now, speaking of wokeism, I am woke. But I don't want other people to wake up this way. It's bad. But it's a journey as well for everybody here. I've learned so many things. I'm sure y'all have too. And we're not done.
No. Cassidy, you missed us solving the case. We solved everything.
The end.
Everything's good. And yeah.
As you wish.
So sorry. You missed that.
Yeah. I'm scared of the fast zombies myself. If I gotta
The what zombies?
Do the zombie scenario, Rhonda says, when I think of zombie, I think of those fictional movies and the weird show Walking Dead or something like that.
That's what I thought. And then they popped up in the Bible. And I was
That was what Chad Daybell was teaching y'all.
Oh.
That's what Chad Daybell was all about.
Arizona.
I don't get it.
Got hoes in different area codes.
Oh.
Did you see Dr. Grande the other day about the snitches and ditches and witches and all this stuff about the witches? I don't know. I don't remember the title of it, but I laughed my ass off. I was like, oh God, yeah.
No, but he just did one that I think I sent to you, or I was like, you got to watch this. Crap.
Well, I'll see it when we get off here. But I was just, you keep up with them usually, but
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interfere with you, Janet.
You
Pop.
did?
I was trying to turn the volume down. I apologize.
Oh, no, you didn't. I just don't remember. It's real cute
Probably.
because Eric thinks I understand pop culture. Eric thinks that I understand. Is that?
Oh,
You're not hip.
He's like this, or he'll like send me like, what is that? Where it's like just the initials, like TYM or whatever. And I'm like, what's this mean? Or he's like, sends me something else. I'm like, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah. I'm sometimes like that. I can put the puns out there, but sometimes I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know anything on TV. You can't, if you ask me.
I agree,
anything.
Maria P. And Harley 62. If it was to save their soul and see. Oh my God, I can't see.
Oh, why is Chad fighting for not? Is he though? Or like, is he even at that stage? Or is he just saying he's not guilty?
I just think
Pryor has mentioned it in 3 or 4 documents about how serious the charge of for death penalty is, and he hasn't come right out and asked for it to be taken off the table, but he has danced around it in a couple documents.
What?
Pryor has.
Yeah.
I look.
I don't understand. What? I'm lost.
Oh no, just Harley 62 was asking is if
like make him a martyr.
If he was gonna, well, yeah, that's what I worry about, is that if they get the death penalty, and this is just because I hate them so much, but I feel like that makes them a martyr. Like then she can walk around with her horse lipstick and be like, I'm right. That's why they want me to die. I'm like a Benedict.
But what is she going to do in her jail cell for the rest of her life?
Dance, I guess.
She's going to be looking for the crack, right?
Yeah.
Jumping into the wall. Remember how you used to say that all the time?
Yeah. She's going to be walking into walls. I don't have a problem with her getting head injuries.
What's the damn difference? It'd be another near-death experience you can
Chad's right. I bet you Chad's, though, I was thinking about this the other day because Eric made me watch a bunch of prison shows. And
I used to watch Orange is the New Black.
Is that what they call it? I'm sure he's not by the gem pop, because I think he would be ripped. And I don't mean like 6-pack or 12-pack abs. Like,
not really a synopsis ever.
I don't know.
Talk about the Chad Daybell, Lori Daybell case. I don't know how to sum it up besides they suck. And that's about it.
We talked about, we're trying to figure out what Chad's teachings are.
Do you know what Chad's teachings are, Mimi's
like
turn?
his own teachings. I want to know one that nobody else
locate them.
What can we give him credit for?
Because
I can't find anything. I have not found anything.
Right. I'm not impressed. I mean, I've been searching for over 2 years.
I guess you would have to live where he lives and be go to that church and all that stuff to see. I mean, I don't know about anything before this tragedy. I don't know, what he done all them years before. Maybe he was a phenomenal guy.
He was right.
I mean, I don't know, but nobody has ever put an article out, East Idaho News or KSL or Deseret News. Nobody has put anything out about him being some great, fantastic author who was just making mint off the books he was putting out.
I know. That's just somebody's twist on it. That's people, as the story goes and the story grows, the more people I watch, new YouTubers and stuff, I'm just like, oh my God, you got it all wrong. That's
why I can't watch other.
It's hard.
I have found some really good creators, but I have a hard time because, especially the religious stuff.
Tylee wasn't 17. She was 16. I'm like, she was 16. She didn't make it to her 17th birthday. That's a big thing for me. But even I did it. I was like 7 and 17 because it was after her birthday. You know, I just assumed, hope that they were alive.
Right.
That's all.
I just thought of one, Crusher,
What?
and it was Melanie Gibb who quoted it in an article, and you'll remember it when I tell you. Remember Melanie saying that Lori told her, if Chad is the devil, he sure
Satan.
is a good one. He sure is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So he was good at being Satan.
No, but in the Mormon belief system, there's not just Satan. There is the devil. There's Lucifer. There's all these different. Korhor is Antichrist, right?
Yeah,
Korhor is Antichrist. I had to Google it because I was like, Korhor. I still use it.
I will tell you why KSL Deseret News. I don't
They're
think he's Idaho News,
They're
but those
owned.
are both owned by the Mormon Church.
There you go.
Just saying, that's why
You heard it here.
you don't see much on those ones because they're like,
You'll have lots of trackers on your phone. I know that.
okay, go to the Mormon Church website. I'm
Don't.
like, no, I use my VPN because I'm like, oh hell no, because I started getting emails and I'm like, no.
Thank you, Audrey.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah,
a lazy ass, didn't
is,
want to work, make Tammy do it all. Amen. Right there.
Yeah.
Yes. Poor thing. She held their family together. I agree. And I thank you, Audrey.
All those writers like Chad and Julie and they're not new. And I think the reason why they haven't said much in the media is that, like, I have books. I have Lee Nielsen's books.
I've got books I never wanted.
Who talked about near-death experiences. I mean, I would bet that a lot of people have those kind of books in their house.
I have one that I was like, oh no, I already had that book.
Yeah.
I don't buy them though.
And I don't think it's like in general they're horrible.
They're not perverted like that, but when you take all that and it's that folie de, but it's like the folie and the mass or whatever.
Yes.
Where it's like, it's a madness and it just transfers and within this community, within these people, these like-minded people, they even call themselves that, who were all raised with the same core beliefs. Then you take, I've noticed that it's no separating church and state. None.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's extra glued together. And it's
there is no separation in church and state.
No. And so that's why you have these radicals, this extreme part. And it's not just this faith, it's every faith.
Yeah, this just happens to be the epicenter in the Mormidor.
Right. They, like I said, if anybody's pissed off, write Chad and Lori in their jail cells, because they're the ones that did this shit. And I mean, we're just here to pick up the pieces and figure it out and try to prevent it. And I do. And I've been listening to, KJ, and I want to thank Candance and my friend Jenny. They sent a very generous donation. Eric, you too. Everybody who has, thank you. Maryland pastor brought it up, and it reminded me that how do we stop them? Any of these other people who have not who are accountable, who have not been forthcoming at all, have been devious, have been, just pieces of shit, allegedly, in my opinion. How do we prevent them from profiting off of this?
Well, you said it. What have you said? Like several times. I've heard you say.
Temple recommends? I don't
Pull
know.
their temple recommends. Put them on.
I can't interfere with church.
Well, no, you can't. But in case anyone is listening, pull their fucking recommends.
I know. Pluck them. Pluck. And I'll hold on to them.
Do this temporary. If you're too scared to withdraw their membership completely, put them on the second one. I can't remember the name, but it's like membership with I don't remember the name right now, but it's before you do that. So do that.
Oh, like
Because if enough people get that done, they'll shape up.
like investigating it, and you send a thing into the church, like what your issues are with these people. How do I do this?
You can write headquarters, but they'll be like, oh,
Shred.
yeah. They'll be like, we don't want to talk about this. The 1920, so
Sorry.
there have been hundreds of changes to Book of Mormon. Now, some of them are not major.
Some of them are
they
screenshots
wouldn't
that I
change
have before the change.
the language. Some of them are just like the footnotes. I would say the 1920 would be more accurate to if you're like trying to research the doctrines that Chad and Lori followed, your 1921 would probably be more accurate than the current version of Book of Mormon.
My versions don't change, is what I'm saying. The Bible, that's where I'm just like, do you hear the madness? Not you, but it doesn't make sense to me that has never been a Mormon. I'm a never Mo. And I have nothing against them. I have nothing against you good people. I swear to God, I love every one of y'all. I do. I have something against people being shitty, not humanizing. I have a big thing against dehumanizing, and not holding people accountable for that. If the law, that doesn't even look like the law is going to hold them accountable for that. And I've been studying all this stuff on spiritual, ill thinking, wishing and praying for other people, and they're culpable. They are culpable, but how do you prove it? It's a very sticky, shitty situation to be in, and I hate it. And I'm just like, why? And I used to pick. I was like, I'll be and I'm gonna say it, the Rhea Lemony. I just changed the Leah Remini of the Scientology church. I was like, ha ha ha, I'll be Rhea Lemony. I don't want that job.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't want a target on my head. I'm good.
I just think the thing is that these people think they're mainstream Mormons,
and they're not.
They don't differentiate themselves from the Mormon church.
Nope.
At all.
They hide it.
Yeah. They go to church every Sunday. They believe in the doctrine. They just believe in like transcribing it a different way, interpreting it a different way. They believe that the prophet is President Nelson. They believe that Joseph Smith was he restored the gospel. So they don't think that they are not practicing mainstream Mormonism. They think that they are better because
they're chosen.
They are more true to the Book of Mormon and more true to the words of the early prophets. So they think that they're more enlightened, but they don't at all view themselves like non-Mormons. Like they do not view themselves, because this is like the problem I've had, is that everyone's like, oh, they're a separate cult. They don't view themselves as that way, though.
They're not a cult. They don't think that they're a cult.
Yeah.
I have an interview of John Dehlin and with Leah Remini. And I mean, because that was like one of the first like podcasts I listened to, I was like, oh, okay, I love her. And there's a comment, and it's not verbatim, but it was to the tune of where she did get him to cuss. She was like, say whatever. And I forget what he said. And he said it, but he cursed. It wasn't bad. And she laughed. I laughed. We all laughed. But he said, and I mean, again, it's not direct quote, but something to the tune of basically when the Scientology church was coming up, it's like everybody kind of shifted their focus onto the Scientologists or in the Scientology church. And the Mormons were like, we're more mainstream, like they became, this is just, I'm relaying, don't shoot the messenger here. But basically, they just kind of built it up while all eyes were not on them. This to me is like God's way of bringing things to the light. That's how I look at it. And Catholic churches and all the freaking pedophilia and that is gross. I am against it. Anybody here for it needs to leave. because I'm not about that at all. None of us are. I
Bo
just
Peep asked, sorry.
huh?
Bo Peep asked what between casting out and exorcism. So the way Melanie Gibb explained it is the same way in the temple, which is that you raise your arm to the square, and in
Yeah,
the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave.
just like when you
It
promise
could
to
be
tell the truth, the
considered
whole
an
truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. That's raising
yeah,
your arm to the square.
I command you to leave. I wouldn't. I mean, to me, an exorcism is like a whole ceremony and stuff, and this is just really that. I don't know what they added to their castings because that seems relatively simple, and so I'm like, why would you need a whole group to do that?
Yeah. What they were doing was witchcraft,
Yeah,
magic.
yeah, but
Don't come
that's
at
Yeah.
the
me. Not the
initial.
good witches, not the good. Don't come at me with the bad juju, please. We have enough. I got like in Reddit a while back. I said, a Wiccan. I don't know what else to freaking. They're doing witch stuff, you know. And I got my ass chewed because I said Wiccan, and they told me that I shouldn't put Wiccan in the same sentence with Chad and Lori. I said, there's a lot of things that don't belong in a sentence with Chad and Lori, yet here we are. And because it's the truth. And I'm not going to feel bad for speaking the truth. I have searched high and low. I don't know everything about everything. No, I don't. And so I'm never like there to purposely step on anybody's toes or piss anybody off. But God damn it. These kids, my uncle, Joe Ryan, Tammy Daybell, they matter. And all the victims before them, they matter. Shit. That's enough. Okay. I think I just pulled a KJ. Hey KJ.
Okay.
Keep my veins in my head.
Um,
It pisses me off. I have been walking on eggshells and it's my fault. It's my fault because I haven't felt confident enough. I don't want to take on a whole damn church and all the people. Not when your family's justice depends on it. I mean
Nice.
y'all, that's a big wager. Hello. I don't want to piss anybody off. So I'm just like, okay, he's making me be patient and slow and steady wins the race. And there's a time and a place for everything. And trust me, there's a time and a place. And I just haven't known when.
yeah.
But I think when strike while the iron's hot,
I was
while
just
it's
gonna
in the
say
spotlight.
to
Thank you,
the weird
Caitlin.
mom. You can go
Cat
to
J in the house.
the Tanners have a lot of that stuff, the original stuff.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
actually have like a thing, and they talk about all the changes within the Book of Mormon. And like I said, some aren't that big of a deal. They're
It's
like,
irrelevant to me. It's
the
like,
word that he used is just not used today. And so they just like simplified it, or there's a spelling error.
disfellowship versus excommunication. Who gets okay? Just like the excommunication thing. That means nothing to me. It's not. I guess that means their temple recommends are plucked, right?
What?
This fellow, whatever, excommunicated.
Well, yeah, disfellowship is just like you're naughty. You don't get to go to the temple or take the
For now, wink,
sacrament.
wink.
And then when you listen, you can come back you can come back, but you are encouraged to still attend church.
Oh, I'm
But
sure.
it's a limited time. And both of these have changed. Like we've talked about it. It's like membership privilege withdrawal. Yeah, that's disfellowship. Yes. Disfellowship is now called membership privilege withdrawal. And
Wow.
excommunication is now called membership withdrawal.
I'm
You're
gonna
still
still
encouraged
say
to go to church when you
excommunication.
had that done. What was that?
I'm still gonna say excommunicated because
You can say it.
I don't gotta change.
I say it sometimes.
I don't have their handbook.
Yeah.
They didn't send me that either. Or sorry for your loss card. Nothing.
It's faster than to say membership withdrawn.
Right. It's just like the multiple moral probations. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Mouthful.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know that people get frustrated with me, and I get it. I'm just as frustrated not being able to just say what I want to say. I have been I mean, it's a lot of inside work I'm doing here, mental work. And I just wanted, from the very beginning of this, from just when Uncle Charles was murdered, I don't know, something switched. Something clicked in my head, and I was like, I know nothing about Mormonism, nothing. And I just dove in, and I'm methodical. I didn't realize all this stuff about myself. I mean, I've studied psychology. I've studied, and I say studied, but I mean, I've consumed all these different things, and I'm just like, I'm not a dumb person. I'm pretty intelligent. I just can't articulate it very well, and that doesn't make me a bad or, shitty person. If you want that, go somewhere else. This is me. I just but I can say it when I do need to say it. And when the time is right, that's when I tend to just, it rolls off the tongue.
I don't think. Oh, I love KJ. If you are
I
not
do.
subscribed to KJ, you need to go subscribe to her because I
Please.
just love it.
Awesome.
I think we have never, and certainly I've never said that the Mormon, like the gospel is all lies, and like I really don't care about that. What I care about are, like, I actually care more that they're not following the same practices that were followed when I was a kid, that they've pushed back on that, and that there's not as much transparent. Well, there was never really been a ton of transparency.
There is still not. There is no transparency, because I'm telling y'all, I know how, I think I know, I can envision how Lori and the clinician got a hold of Curtin McConkie himself. Because you don't just go beep boop boop beep boop. Hello, it's Curtin. What's up, Lori? Oh, okay, click. No, you don't. That's not how that goes. But there is this 1-800 hotline that I found out about, and it is to be called before you call the cops.
But it's only for the
victims.
bishops.
No, it says for victims on the thing. That's going to be in my video as
I
well.
just read it. Like, I
On
just went
Vice,
through it.
it's a video on Vice, and it's the LDS hotline. And there's this lawyer that's been, he said, you might as well name it the Law Office of the Pedophilia Takedown or something.
Because
Oh,
my
Lord,
understanding
okay.
was that that's just, like, anybody can call it, but it's specifically for bishops to call when someone comes in their office.
And they're just a layperson that bishops are just lay persons that you go for guidance. They have no, like, Rob Wood, I think is a bishop, whatever, or whatever. And I'm sure not all people are bad, so not all bishops are bad. Not everybody in the religion is bad, in any religion, but there are some shitty people. We're here because there's quite a few, right? Yeah. We can all agree on that. So there are shitty people.
But that line, though, is to defend the church. It's not to defend
exactly
individuals.
And so I feel like, instead of just, here, you have the phone number directly to this dude. Yeah, that sounds freaking outlandish, right? Unbelievable. But here's the 1-800 number for victims. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Oh, this is Lori. Hold, please. Patch you through. That's what I see. I feel it. I feel it in my stomach.
How do we know Lori didn't know him?
How do we know that either? Right on. Yeah. That's has always been.
I mean, people in high places.
Yeah, and people do. Birds of a feather flock together. That's just the way it is. That is the way it is. My mama, Trahan, she's 90. She'll be 91 April 1st. No, she'll be 90. She said she was 90 last year, and I was just like, okay. She was only 89. Anyways, she is the wisest old coon-ass lady. Cajun coon-ass. We say coon-ass here, and we're not offended. But I just love her guidance, and she's always just instilled that in me. I always have these old adages and old sayings. Every new broom sweeps good. Sweep around your porch. 3 things you don't mess with: my man, my money, and my wheels. It's just okay. So I got them as a day as long thing. And so she didn't raise no fool, is what I'm saying. I've really, this wasn't like a quest. This wasn't like what I set out to do. I just set out to learn and be knowledgeable and not ignorant of what I'm dealing with, what we are dealing with, what we will be dealing with, and knowledge is power. And I've cried many times because feel deceived as well, because there's people in high places in every single religion, your church too, everybody's church here. There are people who do not have the right intentions, and I don't know. It's gross. It's really gross. And it's disheartening, because there are people like this. And who are we protecting? I never thought that Playboy was a freaking cult. I never looked at it as a cult. I used to watch Girls Next Door. Come in my house. Okay.
So that's a cult too now?
That's what whatever her name is, Holly. I don't remember. But she was like, and if you think as I'm watching it, I'm like, that is a freaking cult. It really
a very
is.
controlling man.
Yes.
But how
Mind
is it a cult,
manipulation. It's the mind manipulation, isolation. Just he would break them down, or the allegedly would break them down, the women. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It is an elite group of men, the higher ups, I don't trust anybody like that. Nah.
I just feel like cult gets thrown around so much.
It does. What else do you call it? I mean, it's just like not saying murder. I don't say killed or passed away. I say murder, because that's what the hell it is. It is murder. Murder. It sucks. It's supposed to be heavy when you hear it. Or it loses its value.
Well, I think because cult, there's not like one, like when I've done reading on it, there's not like one settled official definition.
Right.
And I think that's where I get really like, because that's just the way my mind works, is like, okay, well, we don't have one single definition. So to call everything a cult that we don't like, every group a cult
Right.
we don't like,
Mm-hmm.
how are we like,
How are we doing it any justice?
For people that like, there's a channel called like Amanda Ray or something. She was in the Kingston clan.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have what's her name?
She had somebody come over from
Anna
the
LeBaron. You have people that have been in real cults.
Mm-hmm. Warren Jeffs.
And I just feel like comparing someone who sells Scentsy to someone that has been in a real life cult is not a good thing.
No offense to Rick Ross and his research. It's just my opinion. I think it is a case-by-case basis. Yeah. I don't feel like MLMs and financial ruins, to me, it's just murder, and okay, you got to do bankruptcy. It's just a big separate, I don't know. They're yin and yang to me. I'm sure they go hand in hand, of course, but because money was driven here. It was driven by money. And it used to piss me off because so many, for sure, creators bucked me the whole way. They were like, it's not a cult. It's not a cult. And I'm like, it's a cult. Okay.
I said it was
now they're like, it's a cult, and get your cult books here, and let me plug this cult. And I'm just like, ugh, it's so gross. It's really gross. It pisses me off. And I don't like when my family's exploited. It's just gross. But anyways, it's just going to happen. You just got to try and be proactive instead of reactive. But
Yeah, someone
I
asked,
just hope people are aware. That's all.
Rick Ross has if whoever was asking, Rick Ross has a really thorough website. And then there are some other, there's someone at Arizona State that
Hussein?
researches.
Not Hussein. Oh my God. Steve. I don't know his name right off topic.
There's
In
a female
Arizona
that
State.
has from Arizona State. So read her shit because she probably did it better.
The only one I don't really care for, I just had some feedback, is the Christina lady. She seems more of an apologist. I don't
Christina
know.
Rossetti?
I think so.
Okay, because she's with the
I'm not sure.
Sunstone. Is it Sunstone?
She's a blonde lady. She's in the Kingston.
Somebody's saying Stephen Hasten.
Stephen Hassan. I can say it right.
Hassan. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, Donna actually,
Like
I think she suggested a book by him to me once. And I
I say you take all those and then you make your own conclusion. You know, like to me, I've actually thought about it. I'm like, I just feel like this needs to be redefined as per this case. It just, I don't know. And does it matter really if we define it as a freaking cult or not?
It sells more copies.
Right. That's all it does. A hashtag, you know?
Separates the mainstream church. I think that's part of my problem is
Wow, I get it. Wow. Great. Interesting. An amazing freaking point. Thank you. I never thought of that.
I mean, that's the reason I'm like,
it loses its luster. It loses
we don't have
its
a new
value.
belief system. We really don't, if you look back. And why do we have to? Here's the thing. This is just from everything I've observed, and I'm kind of sheltered as far as other religions go. But we have extremist groups, cults, if you call them, that have been in other religions.
Look at Russia.
That have killed, right? Why is it that of all these people, of all these groups, the Mormon church doesn't have to associate? You know what I mean? Because we talk about people that are, we talk about Timothy McVeigh or these other cults, Branch Davidians. Well, Branch Davidians had their own gospel.
It was kind of like a mini North Korea with the speaker, and
Kim Jong.
I can't. It's like saying Adam Andayama Mama.
I cannot say that word.
Whoever spelt it that day.
Someone tell me, Jenny, did I say it right? Adam Diamond. She's like, no, you didn't say it right.
Diamond. Almond on Diamond.
That might be it. Because I've had people try and correct me, and every time it doesn't matter. I say it wrong. It might be on Diamond. But yeah, I think it's just interesting that there, to me, seems to be such an effort to separate this from the church. Yeah, you were right.
She was the one that did it. I was like, somebody did it the other day, and I loved it.
She's had to tell me before.
That's like, okay. Adam on Diamond. Adam on Diamond. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess that's my beef. Because we don't hear, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like another one that's happened.
AA does good work, but it's pretty cool.
Oh,
what's that?
Alcoholics Anonymous, I think. Some people have said that is.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh God, I think Nancy. Hold on, let me think. There's one of these people that might be the Pickerings. Farrell and Rhonda Pickering.
Pickering.
They're on the brochures, on the pamphlets of the preparing. Yeah, they're teaching Abraham Gileadi stuff, whatever. I watch them. I watched this slideshow of this lady the other day. Her name is Helen something, and she was on Latter-day Media. and which is Preparing a People, which is Mike and Nancy James, which is their rebrand. Okay, so they have a YouTube channel. Try not to watch them. Let's not boast them up anymore. But I mean, really, they're also on Vimeo. But anyways, and so I just every now and then I'll see something, and I'm like, I saw the title. It said, is it? And they were talking about the war because now it's time to sell, right? Sell the fear, sell the fear. All right, stock the shelves, and that way we can sell. Jesus. And so I was like, interesting, because I've already seen this lady before. So 9 months ago, I saw this lady present for Sisters of Liberty, which is a group within the group, within the group, within the group. It's
Yeah,
just
they
a
lobby.
lady clique.
They're like,
And yeah, the extreme team still going at it. And anyway, so this lady is doing this presentation, and it's changed from the first one 9 months ago. Oh my God. Now, I mean, she does have a lot of valiant points. However, I just don't like this group, so they piss me off. So I'm just like, It's like I understand about the preparation part. I
right.
don't understand when you tie, like the lady said something about, and I have it. It's gonna be in my video, where the lady says something about women, and these ladies just took it and ran with it. They were like, we thought the church wasn't doing anything with the ladies, and why are they saying the ladies are, they started talking about the women having all these superior roles. And I was like, oh shit, that's where it happens. And the lady was like, oh wait, whoa. And I was like, thank you. You have some common sense. Thank you for debriefing that and simmering them back down, because next thing you know, they're going to be, I am warrior. Hear me roar. Watch me. Let me whip a nay. Yes.
Are you talking about priesthood power versus priesthood authority?
I don't know. I don't really. I don't know that kind of stuff off the top of my head. I just know. I was like, oh crap! And then one of the ladies though asked Helen. She said, "What is the definition of Zion?" And I said, "Oh hell yes! Please answer that." And she did. And she said it's a physical Zion. And I got it on screen record. And I can't wait to share it because it is a physical place. That is what I have felt. I have felt that. That's probably for another time. But yeah, I don't want to lose too many people right now. I'm not trying to get like bombed or shot or anything.
Nobody in here has been like negative though.
I know, but
everyone has been fine.
This is my dream. Okay, wink, wink. This is my dream. I'm a visionary woman, so I dreamt that this is a way for me to say it. Okay, I dreamt that Zion is New Jerusalem. New Jerusalem is also Pathway to Zion, which was Hector Sosa's thing that he shut down and said, don't tell your bishops and don't tell the prophets. Don't talk about multiple probations and energy work and whatever. And I was just like, okay, that's what we talk about. Okay, so there's that. That's there. Basically, what I see is a church organization that is collecting, and pretty much you have to pay 10% tithing in order to keep your fellowship and or whatever your temple recommend.
Pay tithing before you pay for food.
Before anything, okay? And so people, okay, we won't dive off into that, but basically, when I think of this, I think of 2 Tickets to Paradise. That's what I think in my mind. That song, 2 Tickets to Paradise, okay? Because what the tithing does is ensures you're in the club. Let's just say you're in the club. And the club allows you protection. It gives you a little bit of protection until they can't. You're not protected anymore. If you go a little outside, then they don't know you. Who are you? Look at that. Look at Chad and Lori.
Soldier Brooks.
sold in the bookstore owned by the church. Endorsed. So that's endorsing. That's what I think. Endorsement. His books were endorsed, and Jason Mouse are still endorsed. So there you go. There's that. But anywho, so basically they're selling the Zion. It's figurative. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. And I felt that. I'm just telling you what I felt, what I dreamed. Wink, wink. Is that, and the second anointing thing is this higher calling. And once you get up and you get the women get their feet washed and the men get their feet washed you have to be called up by the hierarchy, the prophet and
Ballard and shit.
or his little, all them people in them suits. That's all them people. And you have to be personally picked. You have to be picked. And so there's a lot of this that regular mainstream Mormons don't know about. And because they don't want them to know about it, because then it'll cause this division in the church, right? Why do they get to do it? They're more chosen than I am. Okay, right? It would cause a lot of grief. And there is people that are finding out about this. They're like, no, that's not true. And I'm like, I just found out too, I'm just finding this out too.
That was a video that
sacred.
When I did it, I got a lot of flack on because people were like, it's not true. And I was like, no, it is. Like,
whatever. Okay.
It is. They did it a ton back, even up to John Taylor. It was John Taylor that's like, we got to quit doing this so much.
Yeah.
Because they were giving everyone second anointings or so many people.
And so I'm thinking 144,000 slots. That's what I think. That's where I went in my dream. Wink, wink. I was like, there's 130, hold on, I can't do math. 144,998 more slots. Chad and Lori are locked up. And so that's how many more Chad and Lori's this can produce, this elitism, this I am exonerated, I'm exalted, and I don't have to pay for my mistakes here because we have multiple mortal probations, and it's not the same as reincarnation, by the way. So there's that. So all this time I was like, why didn't y'all just tell me it was reincarnation instead of calling it all these different things? Okay, that is so misleading. But it's not. It's
semantics.
A little different. It's a little different.
There's a lot of wordplay and semantics that changes.
And so you're like, it's nuts. And I feel like basically you pay your tithing, you're protected by the church, you're insured the call out. I do believe there is an actual call out, or they're being sold a call out. That's your slot to the New Jerusalem. That is, you're paying your way into Zion.
I would say it's profit right now.
Profit.
Right now, they probably wouldn't say that. Now, Lori she referred to Idaho as Zion.
Yeah. Chad, Rexburg is one of the cities of light. Roger K. Young had come out with his book about the white tent cities and everything. And no, it was Visions of Glory. It was Visions of Glory. And they had to pull the books because they named all 7 cities. And so I'd love to get a copy of the first book. Not the one they're selling as the first edition, but no, the real. Because that is still basically another, it's your Bible, your Book of Mormon, your Pearls of Great Price, and your Visions of Glory.
DNC.
They are hardcore believing and living it, and it's.
So what did Lori have beside her bed on that nightstand?
That was Visions of Glory.
I mean, was it?
Bitch didn't have nothing else in her house but temple pictures, right? And Visions of Glory right by her laptop.
But didn't you say there's a first edition or something? Is that what you just said?
Oh, I'm just saying the first edition that they had to pull off the shelves because they had given away the 7 cities of refuge, safety call out. 7 cities. One of those cities was Rexburg, Salem, 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 7 times.
Gotcha.
It's the line of totality or whatever. This is crazy. I can't really explain it, but I can. I feel stupid.
That's interesting about Visions of the Glory.
I haven't gone anywhere, Teresa. I'll just
I
kick
know.
back and learn.
He's just listening, poor thing.
I don't know. I gotta go.
Didn't Zalema mention a couple times in the text messages? I remember her saying that she was telling Lori that she got up and left during a service because somebody was proud or something. Do you remember that? Do you remember that,
Because
Jen?
Serena was
Yeah,
proud.
the bishop was talking about the guy that was the groundskeeper at the young women's camp or something, and it didn't have enough Jesus in it, so she had to get up and go because she was just so
Needed more magic and witchcraft.
yeah. She was like, and then she says Visions of Glory is way better, and it's like, okay. I think the scary thing about Visions of Glory and what makes it so like marketable to these people is what we don't know who technically we don't know who Spencer is, but the guy in the beginning of the book claims to have access to the presidency of the church.
Yep. Friends.
Claims to hold leadership positions on boards, and that he had an apostle friend that died.
An apostle is how far up in the hierarchies for people who don't know that?
It's 12. It's in the Q15.
Wearing
I see
a jacket.
Q15 a lot. You have the prophet, the presidency is 3. Then you have the Q15. Then under the Q15,
I printed their pictures out.
that makes 15. There's only 12, but that's 15. So when I say Q15, I'm talking about the first presidency, including the prophet and the 12 apostles. He's saying he knew one of the 12 apostles.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to figure out who it was.
I've seen in forums where there was allegedly Elder Dallin Oaks. Is that the right name? That attended.
No.
Tell me to shut up when I need to shut up.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Thank you, counsel. Do your own research.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll get you.
No, well, come at me, bro. I don't give a shit at this point, Jen. I didn't write it. I saw it. That's all I did.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be in it, don't be in it. Don't put yourself in it and don't hang around people and do shady shit. That's what I say. I just said they. Like I have a list.
We just have to have proof.
I can prove that I saw it in that forum. I can't prove that person wrote it. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have visions and dreams. And
Yeah,
so
they
I
were
don't
like,
know if I'm sure it'll turn into that was just a vision and a dream, because that's how we keep on with the smoke and mirrors. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. I'm really sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Well, I like it.
It is
I
what
like
it
the
is.
new you. I like the new you. The
I
confidence.
know.
I like it.
Well, it's you gotta. I'm trying to take myself out of it, and I'm trying to just do this for all the victims, every victim of any church, but this is the one where we happen to be involved in with.
Yeah.
And not only that, they thrusted themselves into it.
Yeah.
Basically. I'm just saying, if you don't want to be associated with anybody, you don't entertain them.
Yeah.
I'm 43 and I know that.
You don't write a letter like what was it the day before? Be like,
Yeah,
please
hey, don't talk to the cops. Psst, psst.
Yeah.
No, didn't send a victim's advocate where really one was needed. or a team of them was needed, which was the community of Rexburg and Salem in that area where they are devastated by this. This is traumatizing. Jesus, it's traumatizing for people in Africa and Asia and everywhere else. And I'm a kunas and I talk with my hands. I'm sorry. So, oh my God. Nobody from the church even went to talk to the community. That's just
Yeah,
disheartening.
they
That's
did.
so disheartening.
They put that blanket letter out. Yeah, they did. They put the blanket letter out.
It wasn't for the
Everybody
victim.
come and talk to their lawyers before they go talk to the actual police.
Kind of like the hotline.
That's what I've had a hard on for this whole time. And if I step on somebody's toes, I apologize. But that's just wrong.
It is.
Put that out.
If any organization, the
I have a
Catholic
problem with
Church,
that.
the Boy Scouts, any freaking organization that does this and just does it wrong and for human trafficking, well, not Julie's department, hers is soul trafficking. But I'm not in that line of business. I didn't want to be in this line of business, but here we are.
He's a zinger, man. I'm telling you, he is right.
I thought somebody said that you were parked in the farmhouse, the barn. Somebody wrote a comment earlier. I forget who it was. I don't know. I just know that doing the same thing over and over again is insanity. Right.
Yeah.
And so, I'm still not all the way sure. I don't. I'll get there though. This is a lot to learn. And so it's awesome to have all y'all backing me and my family and these victims, mainly these victims, because their blood was spilled. It's done. It's done. They're never coming back. And that's sad. And there's so many victims before this. And so when is it going to stop? Now. The time is now.
The time is now.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a work in progress, and I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I am non-confrontational. I'm not a peoply person. But if somebody pisses or squares up to me, then yes, I'm gonna battle. That's just me. When I'm a bull. Push into a corner, and I'm just tired. My mom did raise me to be the bigger person. That's why I have big cheeks, because I turn and turn and turn and turn.
Yep.
And I get beat the hell up. Okay, that's enough. There's a time when you're just like, we're not gonna take it. We're not doing them any justice if I lay here and not stand up for them. At least try. I'll die trying.
I don't think you've
wanna get
ever.
along to.
What irritates me is
Why did it have
you
to come
should
to me?
never even get a single comment on that. In
Nothing.
my opinion, you should be allowed to say
Oh
what
no.
is on your mind and to advocate for your family fully. And that includes calling things out that need to be called out. Like,
Right. Change it. I'm not asking you to admit fault or I know they're never going to apologize because they have not done it in any other case before where there's an argument.
yeah.
They win. That's just it. They win. Nobody
Yeah.
wins over here. Nobody bucks them. Nobody challenges them. Nobody calls them out and sticks with it. They pay them off or kill
Even
them.
if you watch John DeLynn over the years, you see that he's kind of now
apologetic.
Yeah, he kind of like backs up now, and I'm like,
he'll get it, then he kind of backs off. But maybe that's his his journey. You know, I mean, we all have a journey in this. I don't even know where this is going to go. I'm okay with that. I think more my thing was just how was it going to be received? Not very well. I mean, you can't even make a comment about anything without just getting freaking bashed the hell down. And there's nothing like insult to injury. Nothing.
Oh, I
like
hit
it.
someone's shit.
What you talking about, Teresa B?
I hit someone. Oh gosh, if I hit your comment, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to show Jenny's because I agree with her.
She likes Jenny's more than whomever she just hit. I'm joking.
No, I saw
Nope.
Hinckley, and you guys know I love Hinckley. He had his faults. I'm not saying he was a perfect prophet. He had his faults. He did some things that I don't agree with. But overall, I think he was a very good prophet. I actually knew some of his family. And I think he would have. He was never afraid to say,
Call
like,
people out.
I mean, he was like, yeah, call us Mormons.
Say
Like,
what you mean and mean what you say.
Mormons
talk
means
about
more good. He was totally fine
Right.
with it.
That's a good way to go right there.
Yeah.
More good.
I do think that he was my favorite.
Breaking crime. Rhonda has a question for you, which is indirectly about the case.
Hit me.
Go for it, girl. I think. Oh yeah, Rhonda. Okay. What are y'all doing? Y'all are doing like your mama jokes, but they're like, you
Yeah,
might
they're
be a
funny.
murderer's cult if you think murder is something God wanted you to do along with making earthquakes and tsunamis. Right now, I'm telling you, y'all, they are just like print and press is just hard at it because they're like, okay, the prepper's going to prep. Prepper's going to prep, right? So, you know, they're amped up and they're ready to sell.
Well, remember in that that phone call between Melanie Gibb and the lady that is not so innocent? She mentions like no, it's in Lori's testimony. Sorry, where she talks about the Assyrian border, and if you listen to Abraham Gileadi, he talks about the Assyrian border, and we know it's going to be Russia and China.
Yep. I mean, everybody knows it's in Revelations. My papa wrote a 54-page book. It's online. You can purchase it. Forget the name of the website. Leland Vallow.
Oh, it's still.
I have it. I have a video of it. You can go watch it there. My papa wrote a doomsday book. I didn't know. But really, it's verbatim. He basically took what was in Revelations and then just, it's free. It's always been free. And so I really do want to talk to my mama about it and just see, because she was there, my papa and my mama. I'm finding out now, since this has happened, that my papa was a little extreme. Well, we kind of want to figure out, you know, right? We want to know the dynamics of this and what makes one go to do this and what makes one do that. I just don't want to piss my aunts and uncles off or disrespect them in any way or feel like they're just, I can't please everybody, but I can tell my story. My story consists of that. We were not a perfect family, but you know, we are way different. I mean, the bar is set low, like to the ground with the Cox family. Allegedly, my opinion, don't sue me. I'm just saying the bar is set really low, but yeah, we have our share of family dysfunction.
Oh yeah,
but we're not assholes. We're not assholes. We're assholes to ourselves. That's about it. You know, and we're some lovers. I'm not gonna lie. We are some lovers, but we are fighters too. We are fighters. We just never had to be, really. Never wanted to be, but it's God's plan, and so I'm just going along with it. I just want to make them proud. That is it's like I'd rather do Tylee, JJ, and Uncle Charles, and Joe and Tammy as well. I want to make them proud of me, and it's like that's first and foremost. then it's like, okay, then, you know, my live family, then I'm like, okay, I don't want to piss them off either, or whatever. But I'm real. I'm a realist. I am an open book. I try to be. I mean, why not? I'd rather tell you before you go feel like you have to dig. I mean, I'd rather just be wide open. I'm not perfect. I'm not any better than anybody else. I will dig trenches with you. You know, I'd never expect anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself or haven't done. So there's that. That was extra.
Oh, Renee B has a question, and she's did a
Oh,
super
thank
chat.
you, Renee B. Thank y'all, everybody, for the super chats. Just so apologies in advance for this question. Crusher, who is attacking you? Let us at them. Then we know people ganging up on you like the new guy in the prison block. Not right. I think this is more. I'm thinking smarter. That's that's the best tactic, right? Is to be better, take the high road, which is what I've been doing, trying to do. It'll catch up. All dark things come to the light. We see that in this case. So people who are doing things with not such good agendas, right? Which is this whole trail of misfits behind us. You know, that's why we're here. It comes to light. It catches up, and karma. The wheel turns. The table turns. I'm sorry. I do appreciate it though. I just don't. I don't know. It's a weird position to be put into. I'll tell you that. And I never considered myself to be a victim, but I do know that technically I am, but I'm not. But I am. I don't know.
You're
It's weird.
co-victim.
I'm a co-victim. I looked it up, and I was like,
think
what?
that's a good term.
What am I? I'm a family member who lost 3 people that I loved. They were snuffed out and taken, not just from me, but the whole entire planet, the whole world, mankind. They were dehumanized. They were just treated badly. They were murdered. And I don't know where I was going with that. I just, it was to that. It's just the exploitation part, Renee B. That's about as far as I want to go right now. There's just some people who are using it as clickbait, using it, and I mean this goes all the way up to the Datelines and the like you said, the best-selling books, the cult mom, the doomsday. Da, 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 da. They're all these selling point, these money makers, right? And this story has enough of that crap. It don't need any. You don't need any help. It's just everything's in the title. Parental alienation, divorce, murder, religion, politics. Now, shit. Just cheating, affairs, treating your kids like crap, and the narcissism, and it's got every freaking thing in this. Everything. It's gross. It's gross, but
Yeah.
I always, and this is something I do want to share. I hadn't shared this in a while. In the very beginning of this, when Uncle Charles was murdered, the kids, I don't even think they were, I guess, what we would consider missing at that time. You know, I know Mom was trying to get a hold of, Lori, but I remember I did feel this deep sense of that and this is how it comes out, that their murders, all these victims, that their deaths would uncover something more dark and more sinister. And I was like, oh my God, what could be more dark and more sinister than this? This is about as dark it gets, right? But then now I'm seeing this underbelly of something much more darker and much more sinister. And that is my gut instinct. that has been with me from get-go. And so I'm like, okay, well, I didn't sign up for this, but obviously God thinks I'm a badass bitch. I don't know. I'm a bad bitch. I don't know. I'm not perfect, and I didn't sign up. I did not want to do this. I'm like, really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm the only one in my family that's taken this tangent too. And so mom's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, she's just like, okay, whatever. Because I'm just methodical. I'm deep, and I'm in it all the time. So
Yes.
Can I ask you real quick before I dip out about
thank you.
something?
Go ahead.
You do realize that in the next 7 days we're going to find out if she's going to be back or not.
Yeah. Anybody want to do a like a pool? I'm just kidding. You can't do that.
Which way are you leaning?
Ooh. Huh?
Which way are you guys leaning?
She's gonna be fit. I don't know. I got a 50-50 chance. Let's see. Renee B put $5 on. No, I'm joking. Love you, ladies. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. People are. They are. I agree. We all agree. And little brands respect. Oh. We also clicked.
I think we all clicked on it.
Big girl McGrawls, respect and support. He crushed a big love, wink, wink, to Big E and Jen. 3 badasses, right? And God's Army.
Thank you.
Right here. God's Army, right here.
I wish if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I was 1,000% all the way in that she was going to be back and be ready with the hearings and stuff that are not hearings, but the documents and stuff that had come out without for
the way they came out.
Yeah, and to shorten the notice for the jury sequestration and all that, I've lost almost all hope that she's going to be back now. I don't.
I guess I'm being optimistic, I'm just like, you cannot run. You cannot outrun this. You cannot, you're not going to deviate this, Lori. There's no glory in this for you, Lori.
I think some of it is they have to get that diagnosis figured out. And we know it takes a long time. And
everybody done diagnosed her in YouTube world.
Yeah. I mean, I have my thoughts, but I think that there's some of it sad. But I did notice in the documents that, Eric, I think you sent them to me, it did say that there was a good chance she would be restored. And this was the last time it said that she hadn't been, but there was a good chance she would. So even if she's not this time, eventually I think she will be. It might just take a lot more time than we want it to take. But Robwood does have to make sure that these diagnoses are rock solid. Because if they're not, then this goes up at trial, and then we're all there, like, yeah. So I feel like, but I would rather them say no and have it be
thorough,
rock solid.
Right. I've thought that, and yeah, my family have thought that this entire thing. All we have is time now. She done screwed everything up. They screwed everything up. I mean, as far as they've taken so much. Okay, all we have is time now. Hooker.
That's right.
And jockstrap. Who thinks he was jealous of Uncle Charles being more athletic? I think Chad has a complex about athletic guys. Him's a small man.
Logistically, to have 2 trials would be an absolute nightmare. So I understand what Rob and Lindsay and them why they want it to stay together. and God, nobody is praying harder than I am that woman will,
Right.
will be back within the next week.
Hey, we're having a prayer circle.
Are
Joking.
we?
I know. Sorry, I
Right.
don't pray that way. That's another song. I'm really am a human iPod. I just don't share it all the time. Tainted Love. That's the song.
Oh,
Yeah.
and like up here, who is it?
Thank you for
Katie
all
said
the,
something, and
thank
that's
you for donations. Thank you so much. It could be a matter of tweaking the meds a bit more. I think what they don't want is to have her declared competent, only to have send her back to the state hospital. Yeah.
and that's my fear.
And that's the
Which
article I was talking about pressure before we went live.
yeah.
That's one of the articles that I was telling you that was a really good read. I put it in that in our Facebook group.
Okay. Do you know the
Um,
name of it? Or if you do, if not, I'll share it on the community wall. What you laughing at?
You face
says,
leakers.
Oh,
yeah,
We're on Facebook. No, just kidding.
you can't cuss on there. I said in one group, I put MG is a bitch. That's the first time I nutted up, like, and was just like, blah. That's all I said. Short, sweet. You know, I'm not ever short nor sweet, and I'm one of them novelists, and I got kicked out of the group. I was like, it was worth it. I would have said Melanie Gibb is a bitch. Allegedly, I heard that in a dream. I don't know.
yeah. The article says with no insanity defense, Idaho hospitals urge quick court dates while defendant is still competent. That's why it caught my attention.
And I watched an old interview with Nate Eaton and health, whatever, a prosecutor that's not involved with the case, but knows of it. And he said like 90% of the people are rehabilitated, brought to competency. There's only one person in his career of 20, 30, however many years, 30 years, that has remained incompetent.
Right. And that's
pretty good odds.
I mean, she'll be back. I mean, I'm not no way, shape or form saying that. She'll be back, just unless everything that I'm hearing and reading in the background.
I want to know.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't hear it.
That's fine. I mean, it's going to happen in God's time anyways. We have no control over it. And so I don't want to drive myself crazy with that. Like, I just know it's going to happen one day. They'll be like, okay, she's ready. And I'll be like, all right, let's do this. I don't know. It's been like that since the beginning. I know that God has it handled. Like, I remember asking Mom about it. I was like, what is your gut instinct about that? And she was like, oh, 100%. I said, okay, all right. You just confirmed what I was already feeling. So, oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blush y'all's ears out. Restore Laura. Oh my God. I love it. Can I make shirts? Please.
Yes, you can.
Restore Laura. Huh? Thank you, Rowan.
It's a really good article. I mean, it's from a case from back in 2019, but
that's not long ago.
Yeah, I think I have a screenshot of it. If it's this, there were two articles that oops, that's not the right screenshot. A long time.
Oh,
but I think it was 2015 or something. The one I was.
Y'all go rub the like button, the way Harry Potter rubs his wand. Thank you, Bob. Y'all cracking me up. I swear, y'all are awesome. At least the 144K will be fit. She was a fitness instructor, just not that kind. Fitness instructor, trying to get paid for it. All right. Renee B said, I'd buy that merch. Merch for the merch.
Oh, the one I'm thinking of, it says those declared incompetent to stand trial end up in limbo. Oh, shit.
Oh, limbo. Oh, no. No.
That's the one that says after 270 days, then they can then they get committed for a year. But
See, I've never been able to find that anywhere.
yeah, I just saved the screenshot because I was like, I think it is in the code though. When you look, it's not in the 211 or the 212. It's
What
like
is
a
it?
link. It's in
What's
earlier
a
parts.
211 and a 212?
That's the Idaho, the code.
Competency load codes.
Yeah. But there was
18
one in
to
a
11
different
to 12.
section.
Hmm?
18 to 11 and 18 to 12 is what they put her in.
I got enough
For-
code breaking to do.
Yeah.
I'll leave that for that's for them big jobs.
Yeah.
That's why y'all get paid the big money. Ha ha.
But you never know. Their legislative session hasn't started this year, so
Man,
like, we got to change that.
you have really changed, Jen. You've changed my whole outlook on the legislature thing. I just never involved myself with anything around me unless it was just right there, tunnel vision, passive, I guess, and oblivious, and didn't really want to deal with other people's shit.
Right.
And again, I'm non-confrontational. I don't like it. They're just like, I don't like fighting. I don't like battling. I'm not gonna battle. I'm not gonna, no. So, but you've opened my eyes to this, and I'm just like, that is where you go to make changes, where the laws are at least protective and fit, as we have to adjust accordingly to mankind because they suck.
Yeah.
I'm like the little boy, 4-year-old boy that was murdered in the freezer, and his mom was held captive, and the mom sent the little girl with a note.
I just read that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've followed it for a few days now, and I'm just like, oh my God. And he
Brandon
built this big
Tozen.
ass 8-foot whatever hole in the back of his house with it was concrete. Y'all got, I don't know the dude's name. I can't remember it, but just y'all will see it in your news feed.
You talking about the boy that they found in the freezer?
Yeah.
4-year-old.
That's Brandon Tozen. I went round and round with them assholes in Vegas. And they finally shut me down because they said I wasn't an actual media person. I couldn't get his arrest warrant.
Oh, we don't want it.
They wouldn't even give me that.
Yeah,
he's a
that's
douche.
because it sells, That's another thing. Yeah, I mean, I get it. The cops do have to make, because they're not paid very well. Everybody's got to get their cut. Everybody's got to get their cut. But there's some people that are just really gross about it. That's where I'm like, you're not out for the victim or advocacy or nothing like that. It's just for gain. Man, that's gross. That's gross. It just puts them in the same category with Chad and Lori. And I'm just black and white that way. I'm just like, you either here or you there.
No, you can tell authors that have, or reporters that have, like,
creators,
the interest of victims. And, like Anne Rule, I consider her to be ethical from what I know about her.
Ethics.
There's
ethics in witchcraft. I looked it up. I'm like, you get the hell out. Everybody missed the ethics book.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so funny because when you look at the scriptures like that Lori would quote and stuff like that, it's like the next passage or the one before talks about murder. And it's like, Lori, you literally
cherry pick
this scripture right here. If you look down here, it says no murder, you dumb bitch.
But she's exalted, and she doesn't have to do that because she got that ticket to paradise.
Yeah. They had all these special powers. She could portal and didn't need an airplane. They could talk and didn't need phones. Yet we've got 5,000 text messages that say different, bitch. Sorry. You needed the technology still.
I reviewed today, and they're like, and Jenny might get a kick out of this. It's scripture in Helaman 10:16.
One of the stripling warriors.
Stripling warriors.
I am getting there.
Stripling warriors.
They're strippers.
But it's Zulema's like sends it to her, and she's like, "Do you think it was a portal?" And I was like, "No." No, it was not a portal.
Yes, it was, Zuzu. It was.
Like, yeah, I think it's Helaman 10:16.
She's like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me.
Yeah. And they're like, it's a portal. I'm like, yeah, because
Because that's normal.
if anything, he was transfigured in that, but I don't even think that scripture even means that.
Good save it, baby.
I see. I just chuckled at it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was chuckling.
Wow. Well,
Guys, I'm gonna dip off here. I got a dog that's
I
ready to
know.
go out.
Yeah, you better go.
You
check
gotta go too.
I do too.
Okay.
Time to hit the research.
All right.
If
That's
anybody,
right.
if anybody does do circle jerk prayers or whatever, throw some good mojo up that she'll be back within the next 8 or 9 days.
Who?
You need that.
Do prayers or
Yeah, whatever.
wishful thinking, whatever
you
your
pray to.
avenue is. We
Yeah.
appreciate the positiveness. Let's manifest, cultivate.
Let's get it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do the damn thing. All right, guys.
Okay.
What did Rowan say? Restore lore whore. All right. Drop the mic.
Make a shirt.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.